How are you? It's 4 AM and you may have heard about my false start yesterday. Where the typhoon that's been approaching Shanghai, Typhoon Babinka, I think, threw off our plans. Everybody who was going to go to Shanghai on that Air New Zealand flight yesterday anyway, or pretty much anyone who was flying into Shanghai, I guess, yesterday afternoon. And now I have a flight that instead of taking off at 10:40 yesterday evening, is now taking off at 7:30 the following morning. So I've had a night in the budget Ibis in Auckland, near the airport, about a 15-minute walk away from the airport, and it's budget, I can confirm. I'm walking over to the airport, and as you can see, it's very, very dark. Alright, those new security procedures with leaving everything in your bag, even including your liquids, laptops, everything, they've worked really well actually in both Wellington and Auckland. In Wellington, they just pulled it aside, looked at it more closely on the screen, and then just went straight through. And then in Auckland, all they wanted to do was literally just take 5 seconds to look through my liquids. They didn't even look through them, just opened the bag so they could just visually sight them, and it was all done. So now it's 4:45 AM. I'm going to find the Air New Zealand lounge, which I luckily have access to, and go and find some breakfast. So I am in Auckland International Lounge, and it's been fairly smooth so far this morning. Had a little bit of breakfast, had some water, sorted out my global eSIM from Holofly. That's the tech that's been important this morning, as well as the Air New Zealand app to stay updated with what's been happening in terms of my flight. And then when I land, it's going to be the Alipay tech in Shanghai. Now, one of the things that I do have is very kind of like low bandwidth Wi-Fi connection on this flight to Shanghai, so I'll kind of stay in touch with what's going on. But I'm probably just going to switch off and watch a few movies, maybe do a little bit of writing, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting settled in on the flight, and I think we're boarding in about half an hour. Oh my god, that was a bit of a boarding free-for-all. Yeah, so I'm not sure how busy this flight is going to be. It's looking pretty busy in the boarding lounge anyway. So yeah, this is a Dreamliner 787. You can see here it's kind of like three across, and it's probably going to be about 12 hours to Shanghai, hopefully. We won't be on a go slow flying over, but we will be coming in the typhoon's path, so it might be, I'm guessing, a little bit jittery by the time we get closer to Shanghai, so we'll just have to see how that goes. Alright, I'm going to settle in. Hopefully I'll get at least a seat next to me free, who knows. It's a long flight, I can stretch out a little bit, and yeah, I'll keep you updated. Something going on. Okay, this is absolutely fantastic. I got moved to a completely empty Skycouch row, and you can see here that all the seat folds out flat, and I can actually have a little bit of a lie down and sleep later on, which is awesome. Alright, I'm actually going to try and get some sleep up here. It's actually quite good. I've got the seat belt just around my waist here from the middle seat, even though I don't get the actual seat belt that comes with the Skycouch. This is actually going to work out quite well, I think. Anyway, it's about 9.5 hours still to go on the flight, so I'm going to just see if I can get a couple hours nap or something like that. This is a bonus. I really wasn't expecting this. Alright, I'm not sure how much of this you're going to be able to hear, but I am just coming into land now in Shanghai. Let's see if we can just get a bit better there. Oh no, it's going to be pretty blown out over here. Anyway, we are I had to take a big detour over the southern part of Japan to avoid the typhoon, I'm guessing. And it's looking pretty grey outside, although it's pretty impressive suspension bridge that we just flown over. So yeah, I'm instead of arriving at 6 a.m, it's going to be about 4 p.m. So today's pretty much a write-off. Hopefully I'll get out and do something this evening. But yeah, I'll take you through the airport and the bits that I'm not allowed to film. And going on to the metro until I get to my hotel near People's Square. Okay, welcome to Shanghai, Sub and team. I am here, just arrived at the international airport. Got a couple of little brief naps on that economy Skycouch, little fold-out bed that I got, which I didn't have to pay extra for because I didn't get the mattress or the special seat belts. But yeah, feeling okay. It's about 4:15 now, local time, so still need to get through immigration, and then I've got about an hour and a bit on the subway once I've got my bag and cleared customs and all the rest of it, and figure out what I'm actually doing and how I'm actually going to get there. But good news is that my Holofly sim has worked really well. And that's working really well for the global SIM switched on straight away. So yeah, able to connect and contact everyone, which is like a real relief actually, being able to skip through the hassle of trying to figure that out. Holofly with the World SIM is just going to do it for me. So that's a really useful bit of tech that's going to see me right through from New Zealand through to China, then the UK, and then Portugal, and then doing that all in reverse back again over a 20-day trip. So yeah, that's awesome. All right, interestingly though, all the immigration documents and everything are all on paper in China. So yeah, no tech. It's all very low-key analog for that. But I do have a foreign fingerprint self-collection area, it says here. So yeah, I'm going to probably put this away now. I'll figure that out, and I'll see you on the other side of immigration. All right, it's pretty noisy in here. It's very, very busy getting through immigration. Done that. Then I needed to get my Alipay sorted out, but I needed to verify my passport as well. But now that's all verified, and I now have a Metro card on my Alipay app that's linked to my New Zealand bank account. And now I'm about to get on the Metro. So yeah, come along with for a little bit of ride with me, and it's about an hour and a half to my hotel. So yeah, it's not great right now, but because I think it's going to be rush hour, but we'll get there. Okay, I'm on the Insta360 Go 3S for today. It's just easier rather than trying to like fish around with a mic when I'm actually traveling. Well, this is pretty low light, so it'd be interesting to see how this deals with this kind of like low light situation. So yeah, I've got about an hour and 30 minutes. I've got to go on line 2 towards People's Square, West Nanjing, I think, and then I've got to change onto line 13, which is the closest to my hotel. All right, here you go. I'm going to get on this one. This is another good tech thing that's worked today, and that is with the Holofly eSIM, Apple Maps is working fine. I think I heard that Apple Maps works fine here anyway, but it's certainly working great in terms of getting me to my destination. I actually just wanted to walk for a little bit outside after having been on a plane and then a subway for like 11 hours and then an hour. So yeah, I thought even though it's raining a little bit with the remnants of the typhoon, and it's now very dark here, I thought it'd be nice to have a little bit of a walk.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening. I have a booking for 2 nights.
Okay, your passport.
Sure. Okay, I just came out of the, just went to the elevator and this robot came out. That's nuts. Yeah. Okay, that was unexpected. Alright, this is actually a really nice room for the price that I paid for it. I'll put that up on screen when I can look it up, but I think it was like about 100, just over 120 bucks, something like New Zealand. And this is just like a standard probably budget tourist hotel here in Shanghai. But yeah, this is actually really nice. They've got some nice little amenities here as well. So coffee, get me going, and some bottled water as well. Nice TV and desk space. Got some decent PowerPoints here as well. And yeah, PowerPoints by the bed. And PowerPoints by the bed here too. This is decent. Yeah, so first thing now is it is 7 o'clock. So reached here about when I thought I would. It took about 20 minutes to get here from the subway stop that I got off on. I just wanted to kind of have a little bit of an outside walk. It started raining a little bit, but that's fine. So let me just get my orientation. I've got to get my flight tights off and change my t-shirt because I'm quite sweaty. And yeah, let's go and get something to eat. I actually really fancy a Japanese curry because I know there's a place really close. I know it's wrong. I'm in Shanghai, but it's really what I fancy. Okay, I've changed my mind. I'm going for ramen instead, which actually originated in China. So I am walking along this creek here, down here on my left, and this leads out to the estuary and joins onto the Bund. Never really sure how to pronounce that. But I'm not going to go there tonight, just because I guess what I figure is like when you're traveling, particularly if you've gotten up at 3:45 a.m, is that you can either do mornings or you can do nights. You probably can't do both. Well, you can, but you won't get the most out of it. And it is really nice to get up early in the morning and get out and about before other people are out and about. So my plan is to go and get something to eat, possibly see what's going on around there, but then I'm going to get back fairly early, try and get a good night's sleep, and then be up around about 6 a.m, get out and about, go and find somewhere nice to have breakfast. It's getting really dark in here now, so I'm going to go. Okay, I'm not really sure how well the mapping things are working here because I'm definitely in the right area, but I'm just in this mall now. I guess I need to find the food court bit of this mall, and then I might have some luck. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. And there's quite a few kind of like cosplayer-y kind of like people out and about, which is, yeah, interesting. Still have no idea where the food is. So as far as I can see, this is free. There's no one here monitoring the food. Oh, I think there's some in the second level there. These are some steamed buns, some pumpkin. Here's some vegetables, meat. These are kind of sweet green tea kind of like things. I've had a bit of it with some red beans in there, pickles, rice porridge, red bean rice porridge, I think. But yeah, all that is free. A bit like the Dormy Inn in Japan, if you watched my videos before. It's a bit like that because there's no one staffing this here at all. This is an awesome bonus if you are here in the Campanile Hotel near Shanghai Railway Station, People's Square. And I'm guessing that this is a Campanile thing because it's got Campanile logo right there. All right, I'm just at the Shanghai Library subway stop now. Just got off at line 10. And so I'm only about 5-10 minutes walk away from the French Quarter. But I'm just taking a short detour because I just saw something amazing on the corner of this street. And that's this Lawson. There's a Lawson just here. I haven't seen one since I was in Japan. So I've got to go quickly pop into the Lawson because, you know, I have to. Right, so I'm heading into this kind of tree-lined French concession area now. I'm heading for the Wukang Road, and I'm just going to kind of wander around there. Now, let's just wait for this street cleaner to come past. There's a lot of cleanup actually coming along here. You know, the typhoon that kind of like delayed me. Well, you know, that's an inconvenience for me at most, but you know, for many people in Shanghai, this is the worst typhoon in, I think, 75 years. and I think I was reading 400,000 people had to get evacuated. That's a lot of people to be evacuated. But mind you, it just shrinks into the population of Shanghai, which is something like 20 million, I think. So yeah, but there's been a few trees that I've seen down, and there's been quite a lot of cleanup that was going on. Less so last night, things were just being kind of roped off, and today is actually the big cleanup, so there's a lot of kind of like saws and drilling and things like that going on today. Anyway, one of the things, you know, I had 2 days here in Shanghai, and the temptation is to kind of like just try and do everything today. But I'm not going to. I'm going to resist that temptation. I'm going to stick to my principle of just trying to do 3 main things during the day. So yeah, I've got a little bit of a shopping list and a little bit of a sightseeing list today, but I'm not going to overdo it because I have to be up at like 6 a.m. tomorrow morning to start heading my way back to the airport to get out of here. All right, I'm going to stick this on 2.7K, 50 frames per second for a little bit of slow motion footage around the French Quarter over the next wee while, and possibly stop for a coffee and a little something there as well. Okay, here's something I'm finding out very quickly in Shanghai, is that things are far further apart than you think they are on the map. So I am still in the French concession, but I've just kind of been wandering around because all the things that I was interested in kind of just stumbling across are actually quite far apart. Oh, this is a nice building. Check this out behind me here. It's a little bit blown out with the Go 3S. It takes a while for it to kind of capture that blue sky behind it. Does it get it? Let's have a look. It does if I tap it, just a little bit, but it's quite blown out, isn't it? Yeah, so lots of variation in light isn't so great for the Go 3S. Anyway, I'm going to recalibrate my morning, and it is 29 degrees and soppingly humid already, so that has also caused me to reevaluate my plan. So I'm going to get a coffee, and then I'm thinking I'm going to be just hopping on and off the subway all day because it's too hot for this. I'm already out of water, and I can't be arsed pounding the pavement. It's been raining a little bit as well. First world problems, I know, but if I'm trying to manage my day and manage getting through another long haul flight without feeling completely crap and dehydrated at the end of it, then yeah, I need to take care of myself, and yeah, you need to take care of yourself when you're traveling as well. It's easy just to pound it and then just feel like terrible at the end of it. I've been there and done that. So oh, this is the Shanghai Symphony Orchestra building, it seems. It's a very cultured city, absolutely. You definitely get that impression. So I am, yeah, there's a whole lot of music shops and things like that all booked around here, and some incredibly diverse architecture actually in the sort of like the 1930s and 40s. All right, I'm going to let's go find this coffee shop, and let's think again about the plan for the day. Okay, a new plan. No matter what Google Maps or Apple Maps says, a lot of places are closed. Now that might be because of the typhoon. People have just kind of exited the area because they wanted to kind of keep safe, which is what happened in Japan, in Kyoto, when I was stuck there in a typhoon last year. Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year. Yeah, that was still closed, but also it's 9 a.m. And a lot of places don't open till like maybe 10 a.m. But you'd think that a coffee shop or maybe a bakery would, but clearly not. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on wandering, and then I might just head to a subway station because it's getting hot. It'd be quite nice to go somewhere a little bit air conditioned. Okay, let's talk about tech for a second. Yeah, the 13 mini iPhone is really not built for kind of intensive traveling like this. It's already at 40%. with just a little bit of kind of light use for maps and paying using Alipay, which has worked absolutely like a dream. And it's already at about 40%, so I'm having to stop to charge that up for a little while. But the problem is that when it gets too hot, it stops charging because the battery overheats. Now this is a problem if you are traveling. So I am a big 13 mini fan, and if you are a big 13 mini fan, more power to you. But I am going to be giving it up and going to a 16 Pro once I get back from traveling, just because it's got a bit more battery life, and I don't really want to get a Pro Max. It's just too big for my needs. The 16 Pro has gone a little bit of growth. I think it's through the smaller bezels this time. So yeah, just tech for when you're traveling. The 13 mini for me just doesn't cut it, especially when you're in a hot environment. Yeah, so the 16 Pro, I'm just going to get the 256 gig version. Possibly may regret that, but it was another $400 to get the larger version. I'm still thinking that through. I might cancel it and get that extra one. I will have a look at that. The problem is if I cancel it now, I'm probably going to be stuck at the back of the queue again. Alright, that was about another 20-minute walk, and I'm now in the Tianzifang area. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. I've probably absolutely butchered that. But there's lots and lots of like kind of like little shops here. We'll have a look around inside some of these. But yeah, this is kind of like a little shopping boutique-y kind of like area in the French Concession district. So we'll probably spend half an hour here looking around, and then make a plan as to where to go next. I've got to be careful not to overdose on the coffee today, because I'm going to be tempted just to duck inside and grab some air conditioning. But yeah, we'll go in and out of some of these shops. So I gave up trying to find places because it was just impossible to find. So I came to the usual standard of going to a department store placement, and I found this place, which is like a sushi seafood place. And this lovely couple next to me, just who could speak English, just helped me out with the menu. And then this guy is shipping in shipped logs, and so he's been to New Zealand a few times, Tauranga, and in Wellington, and even went to the forests to kind of like help with and see the actual places where the trees are growing. So yeah, very interesting conversation with them, and they even gave me a little tip for a place that does really fresh cakes just around the corner from here, and they recommended that I try that as well. So yeah, I'm absolutely starving. It's about 12:30. I really need to eat, but I'm so thankful for running into a really, really nice couple who helped me find some food. Yeah, this is what I'm going to have to eat. Oh my god, this is so good. So needed this. Way hungrier than I thought I was. Alright, this is a lot busier than it was this morning. You can see there's a lot of people here. This is People Square. And yeah, it's a national holiday here today. I think it's a 3-day national holiday from what I've heard. There's kind of like loudspeakers and all kinds of stuff going on. People, little banners out here on the ground in front of them with phone numbers. Not really sure what all that is about. Yeah, so there's a lot of people around. This is going to be nothing nothing as crowded as it's going to be tonight. I think I'm going to be going out on the West Nanjing Road, so the East Nanjing Road, up to the Bund this evening for a walk around. I'll probably take the Insta360 X4 with me, and that'll probably be a separate video. I'll probably do that as a 360 so people can like look around with me. Oh, I figured it out. I had read about this. So this is a place where people come to advertise their unmarried children and offer them for matchmaking. So yeah, all these people have got notices offering the characteristics of their unmarried kids and offering them for marriage and taking proposals. I mean, not actual proposals, but taking kind of, you know, ideas from other parents who may be looking for a match for their kids. This is all very Indian. If you are Indian, this might feel kind of like familiar, but yeah, this is clearly very Chinese as well. There are a lot of people here, and there are a lot of people here. I've just seen a few sort of like people who are kind of, you know, in their 30s maybe, just kind of like scoping out as well some of these notices. It's not just the parents, it's actually possibly the kids. From New Zealand.
Where are you come from?
From New Zealand.
New Zealand, Shanghai.
New Zealand, so near Australia.
Australia,
Then
New
New Zealand.
Zealand, and Singapore, and Vietnam, Vietnam.
Yeah.
New Zealand, the capital, which is New Zealand capital,
Wellington.
Wellington.
That's where I live.
You live in Wellington.
That's right, yeah.
Can you tell some interesting about Wellington?
It's very windy.
What? Huh?
Windy. It's a very strong wind.
I don't understand.
So you understand weather? You know, like typhoon? Strong wind. So
And the ocean very strong.
yes, yeah, very strong ocean
Strong,
as well.
very good.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
Oh, I make YouTube videos.
And then you go there, I can give you a picture, I can give you a portrait. Just on a very good memory.
I haven't got any money cash.
And
Yeah.
you can this one, and this one, and if you dollar, a yuan, and from the Zhibao.
Oh, okay. No, sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, he wanted me to pay for a drawing, which is, you know, very enterprising of him, but it's not really something that I want to do right now. All right, I'm going to carry on walking around here because it's actually quite interesting. I've got something programmed into my maps, and I'm now going the wrong way, so I'll just go and find the right way. And yeah, I'm going to head back to the hotel and hopefully grab something to drink as well. Okay, hey, how you doing? This time I'm on the Insta360 X4, my 360 camera, and you'll see that I'm just at the area of the East Nanjing Road pedestrian area. So you can see across the road from me there, there's a ton of people who are going to be crossing the road coming over this way, and they're probably heading over to the Bund, and there's a ton of people over there heading that way. In fact, that's probably where I should be, because it looks like I'll be crossing against the main crowd if I do it that way, which I don't necessarily want to do. I'm shooting in 5.7K this time. I shot in 8K on the Bund at 30 with ISO 400 and with shutter sensor auto. But this time I'm gonna shoot in 5.7K and I'm gonna reframe this video. Oh, this is very interesting. You've got soldiers kind of marshalling the crossing, so it must be that they have a bit of problem with people jaywalking over here. But this is maintaining some fairly serious control over how people use the crossing. Quite a difference to some of the videos you may have seen of me in Tokyo with the scrambled crossing there and how that's managed. This is very different indeed. So yeah, let's get across the road. I wouldn't exactly call it a speedy crossing. And the East Nanjing Road. Now there is a lot of stuff going on over here. There's a lot of the kind of like flagship stores. You can see the banners over here. You can see the Apple store, you can see Muji, you can see Samsung, you can see Gap. see all kinds of things going on over here, and this is busy. As I said before, well, you may have tuned out, this is a national holiday here in China, and there's a lot of people out and about. And someone was telling me, the couple who I sat next to at lunch, well, this is a 3-day holiday, and I think they've kind of spread it out over a couple of weekends. And he said, the guy who was talking to me said that it's an attempt to get the Chinese to travel around the country, so they've got enough time to make the trip, get to the place where they want to go to, and do some tourist stuff and spend some money whilst we're there. So yeah, trying to stimulate the local economy through spreading some of that spending around the country. So yeah, it's an interesting time for the Chinese economy at the moment. It's probably not doing as well as they would like it to be doing. But oh look, there's a Uniqlo. I'm going to have to go in there. But yeah, this is just a bit of a taste as to how busy it is here. And I will probably stop that there for the day, because I'm probably going to have to go and get something to eat. And then it's 7 o'clock now. I don't want to be out too long because I've got to be up at around about 5:30, 6 a.m. And I've got to pack tonight before I get back. Before I sort out my routine for tomorrow morning. I need to be at the airport for 8 a.m, which means I probably need to get up and out the hotel by 6 a.m, because it takes about an hour and a half to get to the airport, and I want to leave a bit of time just in case. Because I've got an 11 a.m. international flight and it's 3 hours check-in, as you know. All right, I'll leave that here for now, and I will check in back with you again at the hotel before I leave it for the day. Well, that's it. I'm pretty much done for the day. It's about 10 p.m. now. I'm back in my hotel room. I've just got some repacking to do, which I don't really want to do, but better do that now than 6 a.m. because I've got to get out of here by about 6:20, get myself to the airport by about 8:30. Want to leave myself a little bit of wiggle room. And then I am flying to London, hopefully at 11 o'clock. I'll check everything in the morning to see whether flights are on time and everything. All right, I'm off to bed. I need to go to bed. Catch you tomorrow. All right, my friends, it is 6:20 in the morning. It is the day that I'm leaving on Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Is it Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday. And I am on my way to the airport. Packed up this morning. I'm just waiting at these lights at this junction, which is quite large. I'm just waiting for the zebra crossing to give me a red light, because this is not the sort of junction where you're gonna want to try and jaywalk across. Okay, got my green. All right, so yeah, it's about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes it tells me, but I've got that's including the walking time to the station. I'm on line 2. I'm heading straight to line 2, so I don't have to mess around with any interchanges. Whoa, I just got squirted by a street cleaning truck. Not fantastic. Yeah, so straight across here. I might actually try and cross this one here as well, because this pavement's not looking very clear. There's still a lot of Typhoon clearing up to go. So if I get onto that side of the road, then I don't have to cross the road again. Anyway, another quick look around whilst I wait for this light to change. It's very far away to the other side of the road. Right, I'll catch you at the airport. Thank you. Okay, it's a running joke in our family that my UK passport never works in the e-gate when we arrive in London, or anywhere actually. But today, for the first time in I cannot remember how long, my passport actually works like lightning at the e-gate on arrival in London. Something must be going right today. Anyway, that flight was fairly average. Yeah, the food wasn't great. The service was pretty disinterested, if I'm honest. But the customers weren't doing themselves any favours by being quite demanding, and yeah, just kind of like getting up as soon as wheels were down. That was just quite strange. I've never seen anything quite like that. So yeah, and I'm just waiting for my bag, and then I've got to get a train to get myself over to Central Station, Central Bus Station. I'm going to get the bus home, old school style, because I've only got my one wheeled bag with me today, and that's all I'm going to be taking with me. So yeah, traveling fairly light, and yeah, all right, let's just keep an eye out for my luggage. And then I have to get the Heathrow Express, which I haven't got on for ages. So that was a weird thing. Somebody at the marriage carousel started taking photos of me repeatedly, and I was like, do you need my autograph or something? And he was like, no, I'm just taking photos of you because you look very sinister. And I'm like, sinister? In like, what way? And they're like, well, you're standing by the baggage carousel with a camera on your head. And I'm like, I'm a vlogger. And his partner said, well, maybe we don't want to be in your vlog. And I'm like, I'm not really filming. I mean, I can see their point, right? You know, if you don't want to, or maybe I do look a bit strange, but then I'm not the only person who's out filming with GoPros and things like that. And I wasn't actually filming at that time. I just had it on my head. I wasn't going to film in as I was going to go through customs or anything like that. So yeah, it was a little bit of a strange experience. I mean, I see that point. I mean, I suppose to a small extent, but yeah, it was all a bit odd. Anyway, I'm going to get on the underground and make my way over to Terminal 3, which is where I'll get my Central Bus Station, which is where I'll get my bus to my parents from. Strange.
Okay. Okay, lovely.
Right, that's me done. I'm heading off. Gotta go to the supermarket, get some food because of the tummy thing, and then I'm off to bed. Good night.